It started as an ordinary customs inspection at JFK International Airport, New York. On a humid afternoon in June 2024, a young woman approached the immigration desk after a long flight from Madrid. She was calm, polite, and soft-spoken. Her name was Elena Marin. She handed over her passport. The officer flipped it open and frowned. The cover looked legitimate maroon with gold lettering, embossed coat of arms. It read, "The Republic of Torenza." The officer blinked. He had processed travelers from 190 countries in his 15 years on the job, but Torenza was not one of them. "Where are you from, ma'am?" She smiled faintly. "Torenza. The capital is Verdun." The officer typed it into a system. Nothing came up. No database matches. No ISO code. No flight path records from the supposed nation. "Ma'am," he said carefully, "could you confirm the country code?" "It's TRZ," she replied without hesitation. "South coast near the Adriatic." The officer looked up. "You mean Croatia?" She shook her head. "No, Torenza, east of that." He called a supervisor. Within minutes, Homeland Security agents arrived. Her passport scanned perfectly holograms, barcodes, chip data, all valid. Even her U.S. visa passed electronic verification. But the problem was simple. Torenza didn't exist. They escorted her into a holding room for questioning. Agent Laura Keene led the interview. "Miss Marin, can you tell us why we can't locate your country?" Elena seemed confused. "It should be there. It's been there for thousands of years. Maybe your maps are outdated." Keene glanced at her partner. "Do you have any other documents?" Elena nodded. She produced a driver's license, an international student card, and a faded photograph of a beach lined with unfamiliar architecture, sharp marble towers, and turquoise domes. "Where was this taken?" "Verdun. My home." Keene studied the image. The coastline looked Mediterranean, but none of the landmarks matched satellite records. When asked where she was traveling, Elena answered simply, "Home. I miss my connection." "Home?" Keene asked. "Back to Torenza?" "Yes," Elena said softly, "but I can't find on the board." 2 hours passed. Airport staff checked every global registry. No country, no history, yet her flight ticket, issued by Iberia, listed her destination as Verdun International Airport, VRN, complete with coordinates. The problem: those coordinates pointed to open ocean. At 6:42 p.m., the customs system glitched. Every monitor flashed white. The word TOR appeared on all screens before flickering back. A tech officer cursed and rebooted the terminal. When he looked up, Elena was gone. The security cameras had gone dark for exactly 7 seconds. When they came back, the room was empty. Only her passport remained on the table, still open, but the data chip was blank. No photo, no name, no record. Just one phrase etched faintly under ultraviolet light. The sea takes what it remembers. Chapter 2. 3 days later, the story hit the press. Woman with unknown passport vanishes from JFK Airport. Homeland Security denied involvement. Iberia said the passenger manifest showed no such name. Yet TSA records confirmed a boarding pass scan for Elena Marin, 14B. Then the pilot of Iberia Flight 709 called in. He remembered her, said she sat by the window, quiet, clutching her passport through turbulence. After landing in New York, she was one of the first to disembark. He also recalled something odd, a strange blue light outside the plane as they crossed the Atlantic. He thought it was lightning, until he realized it moved beneath the water. Agent Keene requested the airport's raw CCTV footage. She found something hidden in the static. At 6:42 and 9 seconds p.m. during the blackout, a faint outline appeared in the holding room's reflection glass. Not a person, a coastline, a shimmering, blue-green shore fading in and out of focus, like heat mirage, and behind it distant lights. The same towers from Elena's photograph. Weeks passed. The case was quietly closed. But strange reports began surfacing in coastal towns near the Adriatic Sea. Fishermen spoke of floating suitcases washing ashore, all bearing Torenza seals. Inside, they found soaked passports and empty airline tickets stamped Verdun. When European agencies investigated, the water samples inside the luggage showed something impossible. A salinity signature not from the Mediterranean, but from deep Atlantic trench levels. How could something travel thousands of miles underwater without damage? 6 months later, Agent Keene was transferred. Before leaving, she packed the original Torenza passport into an evidence bag. That night, alone in her office, she held it under UV light one last time. The phrase was still there, but now beneath it, faint coordinates had appeared in glowing blue ink. She checked them. They pointed to an uncharted patch of sea near 33 degrees north, 21 degrees east due south of Italy. No islands, no reefs, no flight paths. She hesitated, then whispered to herself, "Maybe your maps are outdated." She smiled, faintly remembering the girl's words. At that exact moment, the lights flickered. The monitors glowed white, and on one of them, a weather satellite feed glitched, showing a brief outline of land where there shouldn't be any, a shape resembling a coastline. A caption flickered beneath it, "Verdun Live." The screen went black. To this day, no trace of the Republic of Torenza exists on any official record, but air traffic controllers occasionally report a faint blip over the same coordinates. A small, unmarked aircraft requesting descent clearance. The voice on the transmission is always the same calm, polite female. "This is Flight VRN 214, requesting permission to land, returning home to Torenza." And each time, the radar blip vanishes before they can respond.